Our next movie is named Too Beautiful for You, and it stars the remarkable Gerard Depardieu. This is a French actor who seems to be able to play almost any kind of character. He's in a lot of movies, and his range is great, and his quality is always very high. His recent really big roles were quite different. He played the hunchback farmer who is robbed of his land in Jean de Florette. Then he plays the sculptor Rodin in the Oscar-nominated film Camille Claudel, which is around right now. And now here he is, a successful BMW dealer in a provincial French town. Quite a reach. He's happily married, but one day a new secretary turns up at work, and both he and the woman are struck by a thunderbolt of love at first sight.
Moi, j'ai envie de toucher ta peau.
That's Josiane Balasco as the new and great love of his life. He's obsessed by her, and he tries to catch her on her way home. Some of the best scenes in this movie simply express that woman's happiness.
Je viens de faire l'amour pendant 3 heures. 3 heures inoubliables.
Certain scenes might be fantasies, including this one, in which the film imagines a shocking public breach of good manners.
Pourquoi elle me gifle? Pourquoi elle me gifle?
Parce que tu trompes ta femme, c'est tout ce que tu mérites.
Je trompe ma femme, c'est son affaire. C'est à elle de me gifler.
Now, with that scene and a few others like it, the film drifts in and out of reality. We're not quite sure we're seeing what really happens or only Depardieu's fantasies as he tries to imagine the repercussions of his adultery. I like the film's simple scenes the best, the ones in which the woman speaks openly and glowingly about her love, and the two lovers sit around almost goofy with romance. Depardieu is wonderful in this film as the love-struck car salesman, but the movie really belongs to Josiane Balasco, who may not be everyone's idea of a great beauty, but helps us to understand the meaning of the title, Too Beautiful for You.
I think this film is great in 2 ways. You focused on what it's like to have this fascination with this person who is at least willing to be with you in love and in bed and all that, and there is great dialogue between them about that. Also, the film, I think, is very good at showing the brittle quality of someone who carries the weight of being so staggeringly beautiful that it's almost like a chain around her in some way. I think that this is a picture that's very good as it's made. I also think it's a natural for an American film company to rip off and make with American stars, because American movies don't often really deal with sexuality in the way that this film does, or with the problems of physical beauty and apparent ugliness.
I didn't mean to give you the impression that I didn't like the film. I just said that I like the simple scenes more than the fantasy scenes. At the beginning of this film, I was thinking just almost exactly what you just said. This is a film about adult feelings and about adults who are able to express their feelings in adult language, including the language of passion and the language of the mind. American movies often seem to be about people who are just a little bit slow, who speak in terms of cliches and in terms of simple ideas as if nobody will understand them if they express what they're really feeling. This movie really comes to you and says, here are people up here on the screen.
Well, it also comes to you with a rather obvious subject matter that most movies never even touch, which is the physical look of someone, which is obviously they carry around it all the time. It's always on people's minds. It's never spoken about in such a frank manner. It's a wonderful subject idea, and it's been executed very well. In fact, the challenge is, if Americans do rip it off, will they be able to do it as well? They might not. They might chicken out.